National Football League is on the air. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw on second is Watson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. First down carry now for Miller. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Target!
On first down, Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Miller. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
First down throw, Darnold. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. On the counter, it's Crowell, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold, and that is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that anytime they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we
can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Down! Back 22! Back 22!
Now a handoff to Miller. And an Allen run! And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 14 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys. And that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down. I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on third down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Jets will take over first and 10. And New York set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there.
Here we go.
That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold it.
Here's again to Corral. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a second and 13.
Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit!
Now it's Darnold. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Watch him now, Barney!
Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jets on the move, couple of big plays back-to-back.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Crowell. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On the run, it's Crowell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. On first down, it's Watson. And that's complete. It's Ellington. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On first down, Darnold. Complete outright to Kurz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw is Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. This is Crowell. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Over.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. Switching gears for a second, because you and I were talking earlier. We had some odd games in Week 1. I don't think anything, though, takes the cake quite like that game in Miami. How about that lightning delay? Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida, and it's not a dome,
good luck.
You've got a chance of this happening, right? It happened in Tampa a couple of seasons ago, maybe a couple of times if I remember correctly. This game wound up taking 7 hours and 8 minutes to finish when all was said and done. Normally we do a game in 3.5 or less. That's unbelievable. So great stamina for the fans, great stamina for the players. And how about our colleagues in the announce booth? Great stamina for them as well.
Indeed. Longest game in NFL history. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Staying on his but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Griffin. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out now come the Jets. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Darnold from the gun. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This is the running back, Powell. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a play fake here on first down. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Powell. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Play action. It's Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides. The tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice, intense, on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
And now out comes Houston. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Watson on first down. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Watson now on second down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Darnold on first down. Oh, a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Darnold. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Watch it now, Barney.
They run with Brown. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. He's got Kurs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
The pitch to Corral, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Lucky 56.
Darnold now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Richmond.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So they come out throwing in the extra session and get a nice hookup right away.
Tells you a lot about what a coach feels about his team, doesn't it? That type of a play in overtime, so many people in this situation play not to lose instead of playing to win. That throw there tells you exactly what they're trying to get done.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Caught left side Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Watson now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Richmond.
Lamar Miller. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw on second down, Watson. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Jordan Jenkins in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt. It helps out your defense with field position.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Jets set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gun. Hot.
Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. The play fake, and it's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bernardrick McKinney not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The Jets on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he fires one, but incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Here's Darnold. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Avery Williamson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. New York set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They begin with a carry for Powell. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Detroit!
On second down, Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play there in overtime. 51 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Powell. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down, here's Crowell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.